Wow. Hey. Vulnerability, acceptance, and hope. This is the story of the girl that we've been talking about. You realize from childhood a lot of issues that probably she has no hand into it. Like there's probably nothing she did. Probably she behaved or acted in a way to suggest she could be doing any of those things. Especially, there's nothing she did for her to go through FGM, but she was FGM'd anyway. But then what do we do after that? There's FGM, there's cleansing, sexual accusation. So what does that person do? This is all happening in the hands of very close people. All these things are happening in the hands of very close people. People that are supposed to protect you, they do not. So what do you do? Tough times indeed. Tough experiences. But what do you do then? Allow me not to preach, but to say that in all things that happens, nothing that finds God by surprise. We can see the hand of God in the hand of that girl. From the time she was born to where she has reached, we can see the hand of God. We can see that God has protected her. Imagine traveling with 20 shillings from Kitui town to Nairobi, 12-year-old for the very, very first time. Imagine sleeping under a fence with her mother, and they weren't sexually abused. Animals, probably snakes, were there. Imagine boiling mangoes to eat together with your siblings and all those things. Tough times. It has been said, and we can prove through the life of this girl, that tough seasons do not last, but tough people do. I will say tough seasons do not last. There are no tough people, but there is a strong God in weak people. So, looking at all that, what is one thing that we can look at? It is easy to blame the people that you suffered under their hands. It is easy to hate them. It is easy to change your worldview, change your perspective, affect your decisions, make some choices that will affect you forever. This girl has a reason to say, I don't feel like a woman, and so allow me to be gay, and say I am gay and bold, and talk about boldness in that aspect. If anything, there are a lot of reasons why she can say that. This girl can say, I've been poor all my life, and so I want to be rich by all means, and do anything and everything to ensure that happens. This girl can say, I hate my family, I hate my siblings, I hate my auntie, I hate so and so, I hate my community. But yet, sometimes it's good to look beyond people. This girl, now currently a grown woman, she chose to look beyond the people. For people are agents of two things. You can either be an agent of God or an agent of the enemy. If you are an agent of the enemy will use you to do bad things to other people or whatever, to cause pain and so on and so forth. If you are an agent of God, God will use you to give hope. Now, in her life, as you listen, she experienced both people. People that were agents of God and people that looked like agents of the enemy. Because people caused pain and other people gave her hope. Imagine the matatu conductor that gave her lift from Kitui town to Nairobi for nothing. That was an agent of God. See the good times. See the person that found her in the streets and went and told her mother. That was an agent of God. See our accusers. They could have been agents of the enemy. But you see, the problem is not with the people. This girl's enemies are not the people, are not her family, are not the environment. The enemy is the devil who planned to destroy her. But what the devil, the enemy made for God, for bad, God has turned it to a glorious, beautiful story. So what is our part to play then? It's forgiveness. And as I sit here, I want to say that that girl has fully forgiven her people, and she do not carry any of them. She does not look at them or blame them for any of those things. She looks at the person behind them. You look at the story of Jesus and Peter, and Peter thinks Jesus should not go through suffering. But what does Jesus tell Peter? Get behind me, Satan. What does that mean? Jesus did not call Peter Satan. Jesus saw the spirit behind Peter. All these people that worked into the life of this girl have shaped her life, shaped her character, shaped her perspective, and given her a deeper understanding of who God is. Because currently, all the years she has lived, she can look down the story that she has gone through, and she can see the hand of God despite the tears that she has gone through. Now, are you there and you're hurting from a childhood experience? Are you traumatized or something? Let me tell you, Jesus just wants you to do one thing: forgive the people. And you cannot forgive the people unless you've accepted Jesus' forgiveness. Accept that Jesus forgives you from your sins, that God forgives you, and allow God to work in your heart. That way, it will be possible for you then to forgive the people and do good to those who do you bad. Love them, and also learn a few lessons from the life you've lived. For example, this girl currently, she's not quick to judge or quick to run into accusations, especially when other people are accused. And she has no clue. She is not an eyewitness to the matter. So please, go back to God. I don't know what choices you have made out of the childhood trauma, out of what you saw between your parents. I don't know what you saw. Do not choose to hate heterosexual relationships because of what you've gone through. God restores. God gives hope. Thank you for being part of Tsalwa. Here, we are vulnerable, we accept people, and we try by the grace of God to bring stories that give you hope. God bless you.